Hi guys, I'm ArchieLuxury and welcome to the program. Today's video is called Hermes, the horse that bites. And this video is in response to one of my favorite Hermes YouTubers, Mel, who runs a channel called Purse on Fleck. And she's just made a video called, I'm going to put a link, I'm not sure which corner, but where you see the little question mark, click on that. She made a video, Hermes made me cry, why I'm done with Hermes, raw truthful store experience, long-term customer, and her picture there, her little, what's that, the thumbnail, insulted and belittled Hermes, I am done. Ooh. And I've been following her for quite a while now. She's an Aussie girl who has a really big crush on handbags, particularly Hermes branded handbags. And I've watched many. I've been on a bit of an Hermes journey myself. I wanted to get my wife a Birkin. I got her a Birkin 35 in black Togo with gold hardware. And then I also got a pink Epsom Birkin 35 with palladium hardware. And I enjoyed watching a lot of her videos. She's really quite honest, and she tells you about the Hermes game. So the Hermes game itself, this is where Hermes, they are the inventors of luxury scarcity marketing. It's where certain products in the Hermes store are not on the shelf. You have to be invited to buy. And basically, although Hermes does not admit this, basically you got to spend a shitload of money to be offered bags. And I've got to be totally honest with you, I'm a bit of a novice to the Hermes scene, so I watched a number of bags. The Hermes experience can be very addictive. And I wanted to know, we bought the black Hermes bag I bought it for my wife, and then we wanted to get twirlies. That's the silk little mini scarves you can wrap around the handles. We wanted to get a set of those. We bought them from the Hermes store. And it's kind of funny. You kind of think for a very quick glimmer, hang on a minute, maybe I could be offered a Birkin or a Kelly, one of the hard to get bags. And I got to tell you, the good thing about Purse on Fleck, her channel, she tells you the truth. She tells you how much you need to spend. She details her experience, and it's quite an interesting story. And I got to be totally honest with you, it's had a very horrid ending. She just posted a video yesterday, well, yesterday since when I recorded this video, and basically you would not believe this. She had Hermes HR ring her saying that we're ringing you because the sales associate is concerned for their safety. And absolutely, this is I mean, I got to be honest with you. Mel, Purse on Fleck, she can be a bit pushy. I grant you that. She can be a little bit focused on her goals, but let's be honest there, if you're able to buy an Hermes handbag from the Hermes store, you are obviously a little bit focused in your career or your life to be able to achieve these goals. And she said about telling her story. So basically, she had bought a couple. She had got, she basically tells the story how she got her first Hermes bag after spending about $5,000. Then she had to wait. She spent another $25,000 before being offered a second bag. And then what sort of happened is, if you watch this video, she had a space where she'd spent $27,000 and had no offers whatsoever. And she had a bit of a relationship with her sales advisor where she'd sent just an email saying, hey, she's got a baby, a small child. So she said, hey, I might be coming in and my anniversary, just very, very politely dropped a few hints. Is there any chance of one of these bags coming in? And she I gotta be completely honest with you, there's quite a number of social media influencers there who are Hermes people, and she made the point, other people who are spending less are getting offers and I'm not. What's wrong? She just asked politely. And then Hermes went all funny. And I got to tell you this. I think it's highly insulting for Hermes to put HR to ring her and say, we have a concern for our staff members' safety. This is ridiculous. Talk about cracking a walnut with a sledgehammer. This is so ridiculous. And the interesting thing is, if you watch this video, she tells you she has spent $200,000 so far at Hermes. $200,000. 100 of that is bags. So normally Hermes don't count the bags as a spend because they're hard to get. She has spent 100,000, over 100,000 Aussie dollars to be treated like absolute garbage. And I gotta tell you, man, I thought it was absolutely awful. I mean, I'm going on her video and I'm also going on what she has detailed there. But I gotta be honest with you, I've always found her to be very polite, very nice. I actually emailed Mel and said, hey, I'd like to do a video with you. And, you know, I'm a guy, so, you know, I'll be honest with you, you know, some of my content hasn't always been Hermes based, so I could understand she'd say no. A lot of people just ignore my email. She was actually kind enough to respond and say, look, thanks for your email, Arch, but, you know, I'm just a bit busy. I've got 2 kids. It's just hard. You know, at least she responded. She was very polite. Nobody else responded. Some of the other big Hermes YouTubers, they just went to the spam folder for all I know. But she was nice enough to respond, and, you know, I got to be honest with you. She's a very enthusiastic collector, which hey, I got to be honest with you. I think it's absolutely awful. She sent a few emails. The email basically said, look, I've spent a fortune, 200,000. Am I going to be offered a bag or am I wasting my... Just very simple question. And I got to be honest with you. I think the way Hermes behaved is absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. I mean, what they should have said to her was, look, if they don't want her business, look, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be offered to you. Just be honest and truthful to your customer. But they pretend. They pretend. That's what they do. They pretend. And I've got to be totally honest with you. Hermes is incredibly intimidating as a store. Absolutely super, super intimidating. And it's funny. over the years, I've had a few relationships. I've gone in with different women. Every woman is intimidated by Hermes. It's kind of like they're scared to ask, or it's just, it's part of the mystique of the brand. And I got to be honest with you. I mean, if Hermes was, could you imagine if you went to a supermarket and there was no meat, okay, but they had vegetables and other stuff there, and you said to them, oh, I'd really like to have some rump steak for my wedding anniversary coming up. Is there any chance? And they say, oh, look, sir, we'll see what we can do. How much have you spent? And have you bought enough cereal? Have you bought enough fruit juice? And actually, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have any rump steak, but I've got some pork sausages. I can we can sell you. Could you imagine if anybody did this to a low socioeconomic group or any disadvantage? Consumer Affairs would come down on them like a ton of bricks. But because Hermes is in the super luxury level, they get away with treating customers like absolute shit. Simple as that. Absolute shit. And for the privilege to buy very expensive items. And I got to be honest with you. I got to be completely honest with you. The Hermes game is being copied by other luxury goods companies. Rolex themselves. Now, if you want to get a steel sports Rolex, Submariner, GMT, even a humble Milgauss, guess what? They're not available. You got to go and join a wait list, which is basically you got to spend a shitload of money on other stuff before you can get the goodies. Patek Philippe. Patek is kind of the Hermes of the watch business. Patek Philippe. They're doing exactly the same thing with the Aquanaut and the Nautilus lines there. It's very limited supply on the resale market. Items are selling for way more than retail because you can't get them for retail. Hermes invented this scarcity marketing. And if you did this to any other segment, say you did it to the middle class buying a Chevrolet, man, there'd be consumer laws. Archie, General Motors would never hear the end of it. But because it's the hooty tooty, the toffee nose, super rich, Hermes gets away with it. Hermes is the horse that bites. It's like you go to Pony Club and this little cute horsey there, he comes up and bites you. You know, he's a nasty little critter. And that's what Hermes is like. And I got to be totally honest with you. I watched the Mel video 2 or 3 times and I could not believe it. She basically just said to them very politely, she said, look, I was interested in a few items here. Any chance? And Hermes just keeps you on the never. Oh, we've got no stock. We've got none of this stock. We haven't, it's not available. And when she brought in that, hey, somebody else who is also your customer seems to be getting this stuff, oh, everybody's Hermes journey is different. What baloney! What absolute baloney! And she said, oh, we at Hermes we don't do link selling. Link selling is if you buy enough other crap, we'll sell you something you really do want. Link selling, and let's be completely honest there. Hermes is a business. Of course they're link selling. They don't officially admit to it. Of course not. But it's pretty damn obvious. You buy enough ready to wear, you buy enough shoes, you buy enough jewelry, fashion jewelry, watches, you buy enough of that crap and they'll suddenly the hard-to-get things like the Birkin, the Kelly become available, the Constance. These hard-to-get items come up. Of course they do link selling, whether they admit to it or not. Of course they do link selling. And I got to be honest with you, with Mal, I've actually really loved her content. I think she's very honest. I think she is incredibly on the ball, very enthusiastic. Of course she is. Well, that's no different to me how I collect Patek's. And I think, to be honest with you, if Hermes had any brains, they would make her a brand ambassador. She loves the house. She loves the brand. She loves, even their many flaws, she's happy to overlook if she can get the occasional cool bag out of them. She's not asking for it for free. She's going to pay their exorbitant prices. And I got to be honest with you. I watched this video and I really found it quite distressing. She's just she's just a nice collector who, she asked the question, I don't seem to be getting any quota bags yet. What's the go? I've got a wedding anniversary coming up. Could you let me know? And they sent the HR goons onto her. They sent HR. I mean, that is such a... What did she do wrong? She didn't swear at them. She wasn't abusive. I mean, I got to be completely frank with you. If I had spent $200,000 and Hermes says, well, the $200,000 included $100,000 of hard to get back. Well, I don't give a stuff. She spent $200,000 and they get HR goons to ring her up. You are fucking joking. You are out of your mind. And I got to be totally honest with you. Hermes is a brand I love. I love Hermes myself, but I don't think I want to go through the Hermes experience with the store. Brand loyalty to them? No, I'm not giving them loyalty. I'll buy my pieces pre-owned. I bought some pieces through Designer Archives in Brisbane. They were pretty damn good. And I don't want to play these bullshit games. I want to know what I'm buying. I'm happy to pay a premium. Well, is it a premium when you don't have to buy the other junk to get offered the stuff? And I've got to be honest with you. You look at someone like Mel from Purse on Fleck. It is absolutely disgusting how the horse Hermes has treated her. I mean, what a nasty organizer. How could you do? The girl was crying. She was so upset. This is a brand. It's like if Patek Philippe said that, you know, I don't know what to say. It's just so upsetting. She loves the brand. I mean, seriously, they should give her a damn job. She's such a positive step for Hermes. I reckon she's funky. She's a very attractive girl. Nice personality. I like her. I really classy yet chic and modern. I really like her videos, and the way they treated her is absolute disgrace. Hermes, I'm sorry. I think it's pretty damn disgusting how you could treat Mel like this. Mel is like family to me. She loves her Hermes. You can't find any advocate for Hermes more than Mel. She is just so loyal. I learned about Pinkertons. I learned about Clarence leather, box calf leather, all from Purse on Fleck. Just a cool... I got to be honest with you, I'm just so disappointed with how Hermes has reacted. They got some HR. All she said was, I spent a lot of money Any chance some items coming up? That's all she said. That's very, I mean, I got to be quite frank with you. If I had spent $200,000, I'd be a little bit more pushy than that. I got a friend of mine, he spent $250,000 with a Rolex dealer, and he said a bit more nasty things than that. I think he used a few F words to say, where the fuck is my hard-to-get pieces? You can't blame him. Of course they link sell. This is absolute bullshit. I got to be completely frank with you. Hermes, it's a horse. It's the horse that bites. Believe you me, you're better off to buy pre-owned and don't entertain. I think buy your twirlies from the store. Nice to have the Hermes experience. But you really can't get that through. You really cannot have that relationship. I think they only want super rich people who, I just think it's pretty disgusting. And one of the Hermes associates befriended her, he blocked her on Instagram. What a nasty thing. They're jealous that she's so successful on her Instagram and her Facebook and her YouTube. What a nasty move. Nasty vindictive. I just can't believe this. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Out of all the Hermes channels, I watch Mel in Melbourne. She's a bit, how do I put it? She's nice, but a little bit too cheery. I want to know the backstory. Purse on flex. She's not nasty, but she just tells you, look, I had to spend a shitload to get this offer. She tells you what's wrong with things. I don't want someone who's always, let's sing Kumbaya. I want someone who's honest. And I got to be totally honest with you. I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed. I'm not going to bother having a relationship with the Hermes store. Just buy pre-owned. That has made it pretty obvious to me. Guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, put some comments down below. And I got to tell you, Mel, I really feel for you. What you said, I can't see the problem. You just asked them, I'm spending $200,000. Is there any chance I could get one of the goodies? I don't blame you. Man, I got to tell you, if that was me, I would have said a few more words than what you said. But anyhow, that's it. The horse that bites. Hermes, the horse that bites. Have you had an experience with Hermes? If you have, good, bad, or ugly, put some comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.